If Liberty were to lose this case, it would be catastrophic, not only for Liberty University's Christian mission and its doctrine, but for everyone.
It's a case that could decide what matters more, religious rights or transgender rights. Liberty University is being sued for firing an employee who came out as transgender. Jonathan Zinsky was hired by the private Christian university to work at the IT help desk back in February 2023. Zinsky admits to specifically waiting out the 90-day probationary period before disclosing in an email he had begun taking female hormones 4 months prior to employment and planned to transition into a woman and legally change names from Jonathan Zinsky to Eleanor Zinsky. 1 month later, Liberty University held a meeting to inform Zinsky he was being fired for transitioning.
My worst fears had come true.
Zinsky opened up to local news station WSET.
I had kind of newly discovered parts of myself that I knew wouldn't be accepted, and so it was a scary time for me.
Liberty wrote in a letter given to Zinsky during the meeting, quote, employing a person who takes the measures you describe to deny the biological and chromosomal sex God assigned at birth would not be consistent with Liberty University's values or advance its religious mission. I spoke exclusively to Matt Staver, the founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, representing Liberty University on this case.
It's very clear. Liberty University has a very specific doctrinal statement that says we are created in the image of God, male and female, and that it's a sin to identify as anything other than your birth sex created by God. He knew that, signed off on it. He waited for the 90-day probation to expire, and then came out and said, I'm changing my name to Eleanor. I want to identify as a woman. He was terminated, and then the ACLU filed a lawsuit.
Both are using Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 for their argument. The initial complaint from Zinsky claims Liberty University firing an employee for being transgender is a violation of Title VII because it discriminates on the basis of sex. Zinsky's lawyer, Wyatt Rolla, wrote in a statement to Washington Examiner, no matter your religious beliefs, it's illegal sex discrimination to fire employees because of their gender identity. Liberty University's motion to dismiss argues Section 703 gives an exemption for religious schools to hire employees on the basis of religion.
Jonathan Zinsky set Liberty University up.
Staver alleges Zinsky baited the university into this lawsuit.
One individual, like a Jonathan Zinsky, can intentionally lie, then use the court system to destroy the actual religious doctrine and mission of Liberty University or any other Christian employer. That makes no sense. Obviously, religious employers must have protection, not only from Title VII protections, but also the First Amendment and also the Religious Freedom Restoration Act.
ACLU claims Zinsky is a, quote, devout Christian and grew up regularly attending church, and today is an active member of Trinity Episcopal in Lynchburg, and the pastor fully supports the transition, even providing female clothing for Zinsky to wear.
I hope that standing up to Liberty will show that they cannot do this to anyone else. I don't want anyone to ever have to experience what I did.
According to the lawsuit, Zinsky is seeking $300,000 in damages, back pay, and for Liberty University to make a statement saying they violated Title VII in their handling of Zinsky's employment and firing. Staver gave a warning about the significant implications this case could have on religious organizations' protections from transgender ideologies.
Because it's not a matter of if you will be challenged, it's just a matter of when you will be challenged. It will come because cases like this, people like this that are pushing the LGBTQ agenda will intentionally try to set you up, to take you down. And you need to have these positions, these policy statements in place before it happens.
On May 23rd, the Court of Appeals granted Liberty University permission to appeal the lawsuit. If appeals continue, Liberty Counsel says they will press on all the way up to the Supreme Court, where the justices will then have to decide whether religious rights or transgender rights come out on top.
I believe this case will finally end up at the U.S. Supreme Court, and I'm praying for ultimate victory. Anything less would be catastrophic for religious freedom.
I'm Amy DeLaura for Washington Examiner.